I have an interesting question to respond to today that has to do with foster parenting. Some of you may not know foster parenting is different than adopting because a foster parent doesn't have permanent custody of a child. They have to be registered and licensed, and they are, I guess, oversee the caretaking of the child as wards of the state. And so the child can be taken from that foster couple and be given to an adoptive couple, and or sometimes the foster parents do the adopting themselves. Sometimes adoption and foster parenting go together, as they did with us. First we had legally foster parents for 6 months, and then we adopted, but that was all part of the same enterprise. I lay that foundation out because the question here is, should Christian couples consider becoming foster parents? And many do, by the way, and I think that's a great thing. Should they consider becoming foster parents when there is a risk that the child may be adopted by a gay couple, and then be subjected to their lifestyle, which is contrary to Christian belief? And I'm a little mystified by the question because I guess the concern is that it seems that if the Christian couple are foster parents and then the state takes the children away from the foster parents, that's the way the system works, and gives them to a same-sex relationship, that this makes the Christian couple somewhat implicit or complicit in that enterprise. And I don't see how it does at all. In foster parenting, the foster parents are given custody of the children for a season and treat them like their own children, by and large, caring for them, training them. There are some limitations that the state imposes on that, but largely the couple has a tremendous opportunity to have a salutary impact on the child's life by being parents that love them and that live to manage them and parent them in a way that's consistent with the biblical worldview. So I think that's a huge plus. If it turns out they go somewhere else less desirable, morally, ethically, culturally, whatever, and there are lots of different options, not just same-sex couples in that regard, then the work that the Christian couple has done in the life couldn't do anything but help. It's at least one bright spot in what may be successive dark spots in that person's life, depending on the circumstances they find themselves in. This is an example of the Christian doing their best to have the greatest impact that they can possibly have, and then letting God take it from there. And if it gets worse for the child, there's no control that the Christian can have over that. All the better that they had some foundation laid emotionally, spiritually, theologically for that child before they were out of their Christian couple's custody. So I think that there is no concern here, and in fact, if there's an inevitability that the child will leave the Christian couple's control and household and go into a much less desirable household, for example, a same-sex couple, all the better that that child had been with them to begin with, and to benefit from the spiritual life and light they were able to give that child.